Mayor Huntsville. Okay, so Kimmy, had a talk with Tisha on last week's episode where Tisha was pretty much trying to let her know, girl, I need you to be on my side more than you over there being on Mel's side. You can't even be in the middle when it comes down to me, okay? You gotta have my back. So because of that, Kimmy feels like she needs somebody to talk to. So who does she decide to hit up? Her homegirl, okay? Her homegirl that actually works with her. Homegirl didn't have a lot to say, didn't have much of a facial expression or anything, She was merely there to just listen, and sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes you're not really talking to people to really get their feedback. You just want them to hear what it is you gotta say, So that's what Kimmy was doing. Kimmy was talking to her co-worker. She was telling her the situation with Tisha. Her co-worker was just like, girl, ain't that like, whatever they got going on, ain't that between her and Mel, I'm gonna need Tisha to not be so sensitive, Then Kimmy starts to tell her about the situation with Mama Awanda, whatever. And once again, it was just a venting session for Kimmy because old girl really didn't have much to offer. She didn't have much to offer her but listening ears. But okay, honey. So you get to Tisha and April. So they decide that, Tisha decided that she was going to do this martial arts class because, Marlo is always gone as if it's anything new. And she feels that it's important for women to, know how to protect themselves. And I'm like, Tisha, you sound like you about to go and set up a whole nother type of workshop, including martial arts. That's what it sounds like. But anywho, she decided that she was going to go hang out with April and they're gonna learn their self-defense. So when April get there, as soon as she get ready to hit the mat, first of all, April was like, girl, why you lied? Because you told me that we was gonna be sitting up here working out and here it is, we about to do martial arts. And Tisha's like, well girl, listen, honey, it's the same thing. We still gonna get a workout. We just learning how to protect ourselves in a moment. That's how it go. They get to the mat. April's like, the guy's like, you gotta bow. She's like, well, who are we bowing to? And he's like, it's just a bow of respect. Okay, so April was kind of funny. It was cute. It was interesting. I was like, Tisha, girl, you got somebody coming for your spot because she appeared to be more entertaining than you, and she's only been on the show for 2 minutes. Okay, so they over there, learning how to do what they do, and then they bring up dating life and how Tisha wants to help her with her dating life or whatever. And April's like, well, I'm good. I'm too busy. I ain't got time for nobody. I'm over here minding my business, girl. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want nobody that I gotta always hit up and do the most and this and that. Like, I have a hard time finding balance right now, girl. Like, I am over here minding my business. Like, I'm good. It's cool. And matter of fact, I don't even want to talk about it no more. Okay, let's talk about my event going on at Miles. Okay, and it's an event that you're gonna be a part of. So of course, Tisha is kind of like shooken up on the fence a little bit because she gets extremely nervous when she has to talk, in front of people. But I think she wants Tisha to be a part of a panel, not to be up there just solely speaking about herself. So it may be easier for you to do that, Tisha, as it was for you to do the Mommy Business podcast live. So. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that may work out for her, but she is nervous about that, but she's not more nervous about talking in front of people right now as she is with having to let Marlo know, hey, I got to go out of town because that's a lie. He's already got his schedule set up to travel, and here it is. She's going to have to throw something else into the mix, so they already having trouble in paradise, although Tisha don't want to admit that, honey. All right, so she's a little afraid to add a little more seasoning, to the pan. So we just gonna see. We're gonna see how they work out for her. Okay, so you also know, like last week, Melody talked about going to see the therapist, and Martell wanted to go with her. She was like, no. So she goes to the therapist's office, and they get ready to talk, and she's saying that she's talking to him about being a busy woman, being a busy mom, being a busy wife, and being pulled so many different directions. So she's just super busy. She says right now she think her issues is that she's doing a lot, and he wanted to know more about her, so she started telling him about her childhood and different things or whatever, and he was waiting for her to discuss her dad, waiting for her to get to the conversation about her dad. And she was saying that she didn't really get to know her dad till like later on in life or whatever. When she was coming up, she was always expected to do certain things and to get the good grades and to do this, and I'm like, Mel, you weren't expected. That's just what you chose to do. I don't think that was expected of you to be the person that always gets you right and to do this, blah, blah, blah. I think that was your way of overcompensating for the things you didn't have. So when the therapist said to her, is that your way of like, when you kept trying to, because her mom would force her to call her dad, which I think is silly, but whatever. So her mom would force her to call her dad. And Mel didn't like to do that because Mel felt like, why am I reaching out to somebody that's only gonna reject me and not answer anyway? So the therapist was like, well, that's like failure over and over and over again. And in a sense of like combating, I guess, the failure, you were out here trying to succeed in other areas. Like, okay, this may not be working out for me, but this over here is. I may not have that, but I got this. And I'm like, you hit the nail on the head. I truly believe everything that the therapist was saying to her. You know, it was like she was experiencing rejection over and over and over again. And although she was not in control of how other people may respond to her or treat her, she could be in control of the different successes that she wanted for her life. Whatever. So I mean, it made sense, you know. And then he starts telling her like, yeah, you moving about, so you doing this and that. But the same conversations you having about your dad not being available, your children are gonna show up to you at a later point, and they're gonna feel as though you weren't there for them, you know, in these areas or whatever. And Mel gets to get teary-eyed, and she decides that she wanted to in the therapy meeting, like, okay, this is enough or whatever. I understood it because I ought to have been in that spot as a you know, in therapy where it's like, dang, I ain't trying to cry no more, I ain't trying to deal, so my mechanism was kind of like just like shutting down, like, girl, let's talk about something else or whatever. But Mel just completely ended the session, which I kind of feel like it was rude. And it's like, you gonna deal with it on the front end or you gonna deal with it on the back end, and you come out better dealing with it on the front end, okay? Which I think you need to deal with it on the front end with the therapist, because on the back end it's gonna be too late, okay? Your children are gonna be grown, they're gonna resent you, they're gonna feel however they feel about you or whatever. So you might as well want to deal with it on the front end. Ain't nobody telling you you can't be successful in those other areas, but I mean, you do have all these children. I mean, you did just drop a baby, and we see Martell with the baby more than we see you. But you know, good luck. So Mel gets to the house, she gets some dresses and stuff together. She about to get ready to throw them dresses away, or not throw them away, but donate them. And so they get on the conversation about, you know, oh, okay, so when you giving these dresses away, Martell feels as though she's gonna have more time to be at the house and stuff. And of course they get to pretty much not arguing, because I can appreciate what Martell said. He said, I'm not trying to come at you, I'm just coming to you for a conversation. And I appreciate that. And I feel like Martell, he got his flaws, as everybody does, and he went out here and he did what he did and probably still doing what he doing, child. But I didn't see anything wrong with some of the things that he asked of Mel. Like, can we just ease back a little bit? Like, I want you to be here in the kids' life. Like, if it was genuinely about the kids and about the family, it makes sense. But if it was for his selfish gain, so he can go out and do what he want to do, then that's whack. But I see that more in Marso than I see that in Martell for some reason. And Martell the one with the whole mistress child. So anywho, I don't think it's so that Martell can go out and do what he want to do. I think he really wants her like to be able to be at the house, because he's giving more of his time to the kids than she is, and he's giving more time to the business than she is. You know, so I don't know. Melody is not willing to slow down, and it makes sense as to why she said the reason why she's not really trying to slow down. When you effed up, I had to have me. Who else gonna have me? I don't have time to slow down. I'm too busy grinding, which to me goes back to what the therapist said. If one area is failing, you're gonna feel like you're still succeeding on this side. So I feel like it's like a distraction for Mel, so that she doesn't have to continue to deal with those feelings of what Martell has put her through. She gets to distract her mind on other things that's gonna make her happy. And there's, you know, nothing really wrong with that. But what else I was gonna say about that? But I think that's what it is. I think she kind of like trying to like distract herself with that. I completely understood when she said that I had to have me, I gotta have me. You know what I'm saying? Because what you've done to me, you can't help me. You need to go and help yourself or whatever. You know. So I mean, I get what she's saying, and I don't know. They just had like a lot of arguing. I can't really remember everything that they were arguing about, but it's clear that they're not gonna come to a medium. It's not gonna come on common ground on this. They just gonna continue to argue. Mel gonna wanna do what she wanna do, and then it sucks. Martell, you may have to just, let her do what she gonna do till she burn herself out. You know what I'm saying? But once again, like I said, I do understand why Mel is taking on a lot of the stuff, because if this marriage were to fail, you know, she still has the other things that is going to be, you know, she's in control of it, and she can push forward and make successful. So I mean, it's whatever, girl. I mean, good luck. And really, it ain't no good luck for real. Not on y'all marriage, because Mel done already filed for a divorce, so they say. She out here living in Atlanta, Martell still back there in Alabama. I don't even know what the hell going on with the children during this good old Corona time and having school remote versus some people having school face to face. So I don't know what's going on, you know. So all we can do is wish them good luck, you know. But all right. So it's voting day or voter registration day with Kimmy. Kimmy's over there talking to Maurice, and then they get on the subject of the conversation she had with Tisha. She's telling him about that conversation. Next thing you know, Tisha done walk in. So her son, Jalen, is like, Mom, you know, trying to cut the conversation. But she didn't like that at all. He was like, I'm sorry. But she didn't like that at all because she still has stuff she needed to get out. And she, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still need to say what I need to say. Don't cut me off. Okay, I need to talk. Because you know this man about to go back and get to studying for this bar. And I ain't going to be able to talk to him about nothing. So let me get it all out. I don't care. You know, so when Tisha and them got up there, Tisha talking about she didn't know they had to wear tennis shoes. I'm like, Tisha, did you think this was stationary? You thought y'all was going to be in one spot and people was just going to come and you was going to get them a form and they could just fill it out or whatever? Because everybody else around you seemed to know that, you know, you could wear shoes. I don't even know why your husband didn't say that. I don't know why y'all walked out the door and Marlo didn't say, why you wearing them heels? Okay, and he probably did. He probably said something to her about it. And she was just like, I mean, I want to wear heels, Marlo. I want to wear heels. I mean, oh well, and she got right out there in them heels and she did what it was that she needed to do. Okay, so in the midst of all of this, Kimmy gets a call from Martell. Martell tells her, oh, I'm not coming because I can't be around the Scotts and he filed a police report on me and I can't get over it. No, you need to get over it because I don't understand why you could not make it to her event, but you made it to Destiny's event. And then, I think it was another event that you went to. So you over here picking and choosing when you've been around this man before. Now, granted, at the kid's birthday party, he came. But you knew they were coming. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm not understanding. I get it, I guess, if you don't want to have any type of confrontations and maybe some other things have transpired that we don't know anything about. But just come and get it over with. Like, I mean, you're making a big deal for no reason. Like, just come and get it over with. Like, and if that's the case, go file a police report on him. We're going to be playing tit for tat at this point. If you're going to file a report, let me file one on you too, okay? Because you've been making threats as well. But, I mean, okay, if that's what you need to do to make sure you're good and keep your peace, do what it is that you need to do. So, Mel is in the car riding with Kimmy and her husband Maurice. So they ride so they can go to the neighborhood to get people to register to vote. And the conversation came up about Martell giving Kimmy a call. And Kimmy, you know, kind of felt the way about it. And then Mel said, well, yeah, you got to understand this man filed a police report on him. So if you about it like you say you about it, then girl, when you think he will follow through with that? And then here go Maurice jumping in to defend his brother, of course. Makes sense. That's his brother. He wants to jump in and defend. Okay? And he says, well, according to Marlo, he says X, Y, Z or whatever. And Mel said, well, listen, Maurice, honey, go ahead and face front because when nobody talking to you. And I appreciate you for offering me this ride, but I'm going to go ahead and end the conversation with you, boo, because I ain't got nothing else to say, okay? You wasn't the one that committed the action, all right? And to keep me from being on your head and messing up what you got going on, I'm just going to be quiet, okay? And we ain't even got to discuss it at all. How about that? I appreciate it. Okay, and that's just what that's what that was. So they get out in the neighborhood, you know, they getting people registered, all this other cute stuff, you know, people are out there. That's nice. So Kimmy decided she was gonna use the time to talk to Miss Wanda. She pulled Wanda to the side. She tell Wanda, thank you for coming. Wanda's like, you know, I'd do anything for you. I'm like, girl, stop lying. Why you lying? You are a liar, girl. And so Kimmy said, yeah, after you good me to death or whatever, girl, then you'll try and come and do anything for me. So basically, let me just sum this up. Wanda does not like when Kimmy goes off and have side conversations, right? And she's like, why can't I have conversations with her? She's like, well, that's your friend. Y'all could be friends. But when y'all go off to the side, I don't like this sneaky stuff because it make me think y'all talking about my daughter. Girl, that's your problem. You think everything be about your daughter and the world does not revolve around her. Ain't nobody think about the girl. Ain't nobody talk about her. Okay, and Kimmy like, girl, we was over there just asking each other how things are going. Okay, the kids had the flu. Like, what's going on here? What's going on over there? 1, 2, pick a few, 99, 100. Ain't nobody thinking of talking about your daughter, girl. Okay, well that's what it seemed like to me. Well, girl, I don't know what else to tell you, honey. I don't know what else to tell you. What do you want me to do? Okay, what do you want me to do? I mean, you can be friends with her, but just don't bring up nothing about my daughter, girl. roll over and keep rolling. We don't have time for marijuana. Girl, fuck you and your daughter. How about that? Okay, girl, bye. You gonna sit up here, girl. I'm over here pulling you off to the side so we can have some type of branch, okay? It may not be an olive branch, but it's some type of branch that I'm trying to extend to let you know that we are good and we are cool, honey. All right, you gonna come at me like that? Girl, I have been inching and I've been practicing on not cussing you the hell out. But you were getting very close, girl. So I'm gonna tell you like this, I'm gonna tell you just like this. Fuck you and your daughter. And I ain't got nothing else to say about it. That's just what that is, okay? But Tisha been getting her some balls, honey. Tisha has been getting her some balls, okay, from the time that she asked Mel, what she said, what's your brand, okay? Tisha been getting her some balls from that moment to the moment she tried to check Kimmy, okay, to the moment of the conversation we about to bring up between her and Mel, all right? Tisha has been getting balls, okay? She even gonna have balls on next episode until Marlo put her back in her place, okay? And then we gonna see them tears crying. We gonna see her crying again with them tears, and we gonna see the Tisha that we saw in the very first season when we first met her, okay? But Tisha has found her marbles. She has, but Marlo gonna make sure that he drops the bag on her ass. So Mel and Tisha over there, they stopped for a chat, and you know they glad that well, Tisha said she glad Mel came. Mel was like, yeah, I'll do anything for Kimmy. Like, yeah, she know I'll be here to support her. I don't know what you so glad for. You know, so they exchange words or they talk. And then Mel brings up Martell. And then Tisha, which I agree, says Martell needs to be held responsible for his actions. He never wants to be held responsible for anything when he goes out here and do stuff. So when you threaten somebody, you got to expect that something else is going to happen behind that, all right? And so Mel goes to her confessional and say, didn't she just say she wasn't going to bring up the men? And here she is bringing up the men. She's only responding to what it is that you gave out. I don't know what your true beef is with this girl, for real, for real. Oh, I think it was when y'all got into it, when y'all was sitting down, and then she said something about the mistress, and then started talking about a BMW. It's okay. I think I kind of remember that. So, all she did, she was just bringing up the guys like you brought up. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man. That's the only reason why she brought that up. And so Tisha said something about, Martell lies, and then Mel is like, and Marlo lies, and your husband lies. Like, everybody lies. Women lie, everybody lie, okay? So, what's your point? And Tisha's like, well, I'm his wife. I've been his wife for 13 years. And I've never caught him in a lie, have you? And I'm like, Tisha, why are you lying? We catching you in a lie right now. Why are you lying? We know you caught this man in a lie. Why are you lying? So then I understood when Mel said, even though Mel could not name a lie at that time, she just kept saying it was plenty of them. You know what I'm saying? I would have said, give me some time, and I promise you, I'm going to have a list for you. I can't think of that right now, but I'm going to have a list for you, honey. Okay? And I'm going to have the receipts to match, girl, so just give me a second, okay? So then, but I kind of understood Mel when Mel was like, girl, stop acting like your marriage and stuff is so perfect, and that he don't do this and he don't do that, you know? And I seen a lot of people saying Mel wants Tisha's marriage to be so bad like her. Mel wants Tisha's marriage to be just as bad as hers, so bad or whatever. And I'm like, I don't think it's that Mel wants her to have to go through what she went through. But it's the fact that when you think yours is way better than somebody else's, if you got your own skeletons in your own closet, you got your own shit going on, like, you don't have the room. So I think that's where she's coming from. Not that she wants it to be bad, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, those are just my thoughts. I don't think she really wants it to be bad. But Tisha does go around and act like everything is just all grand when the shit ain't. Okay? And we're going to see that as the episode continues to spiral down. So then Mel links up with her big sister. You know, they sit down and have conversations. Big sister didn't learn about Mel till Mel was 19 years old. She felt like it was unfair. At the time, she and Mel could not connect because the sister was on drugs. She was trying to, get through that phase of her life or whatever. And when she came out of that phase, Mel was at a place because Mel felt like her sister didn't want to have anything to do with her. But truth is, she was doing drugs. So then now when it flips over, you got Mel, sister wanting a relationship with her, but Mel's not on that. You know what I'm saying? She's on some other stuff. So now Mel is trying to fix the relationships. She's like one person at a time. And I don't see anything wrong with that. And some people felt like, oh, well, one person at a time. Oh, that shows how bougie she is and this and that. And it's like, she got to take it in doses. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of emotional wear and tear on her. So if she wants to do it one at a time, absolutely. absolutely nothing wrong with that. Y'all just be trying to find anything to say about this lady. But anywho, so then Tisha, okay, so you know Marlo was out of town. Tisha talked to Marlo. He started telling her he was feeling all alone and everything. And she's worried because she feels like, okay, when a man starts feeling that way, then he's going to be cheating. Girl, a man don't have to feel alone for him to go out there and cheat on you, girl. Let's be very clear. Those are the excuses, but those are not always the reasons. So, she calls April. April pretty much gives her good advice, like you don't want him to feel that way because she's been in a situation like that. Like that's one of the worst things. You don't want another woman to feel like she can come in and scoop in or whatever like that. So you really need to sit down and really think about what is it that he's trying to tell me right now. So you know, Tisha pretty much gets sass and she kind of like, you know, tears up or whatever, and she don't really know what to do. I'm like, y'all may want to go ahead and enter therapy. Y'all may want to go over to Dr. Francis now, okay, on the front end, so y'all ain't got to be worried about it on the back end. Tisha said that it's a lot of things that she could sacrifice, you know, and she knows that there's things that you have to sacrifice when you're trying to build yourself and build your business. She said, but her kids and her husband, her marriage, her family, those are not things that she's willing to sacrifice, and I don't blame her on that. Like, do what you got to do, you know what I'm saying, to get it fixed, but don't be walking around here like your shit don't stink. You know, and that's on P. And shout out to Mel and Martell, even though they got a terrible marriage or whatever, or they had some terrible situations, they were willing to put that shit on a silver platter for the entire world to see. Whereas some people not gonna do that. They're gonna be very limited on what they share with you because they're gonna want a perfect image to be seen. But what Martell and Melanie going through ain't too much different of what anybody else, not anybody else, but quite a lot of few people have gone through. Some of y'all grandparents, some of y'all parents, some people you know right now probably going through the situation right now. Another thing I wanted to highlight was Melody's mom. When they said that she had, when Melody came into, whenever she was born, people thought her mom was a home wrecker. I did too. I don't know. But I say, hey, they say sometimes karma come back through your children. So Mel could be living an experience that was meant for her mom. I don't know. But I also saw her older brother come out and said that his parents were divorced by the time Melody's mom came into the picture. And I'm like, I don't know if that's true or if that makes sense, because why would he go so far out his way to not introduce this little girl or get to know this little girl with the other, you know what I'm saying, along with her siblings? I don't know. I don't know how that, you know, sometimes guys don't really need that. Hell, you got men that ain't never been married and still out here ain't claiming the child, ain't acknowledging the child or whatever. But I don't know, girl. But that's what that was. I'm Jamie, that's me. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Leave your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.